Remember, there's some pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001! Because between you and me, they're way past cool!
Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a long overdue second part of the commission for Carly, the other fan character, Parker Cross. Yeah, I would have had this figure done a while ago, but for two obstacles. One was that I had to figure out how to make this head, because Parker has this kind of unique thing going on where they're kind of Sonic style, but also kind of not. Sort of like half Sonic OC and half anime Catboy. So like, in fact, I swear I saw a character that kind of looks like this in like a Gendy Tartakovsky cartoon or something. Like, I feel like this would be a background character in Unicorn Warriors Eternal or something like that. But, I digress. The other thing that held me back was that when I initially painted the figure, I sprayed the sealants on it, as I usually do, and something weird happened where the entire figure caked over in white schmutz. I don't know why that happens sometimes. It probably has something to do with the humidity levels in the hallway or whatever, but every now and then I try to seal the paint on a figure, and sometimes it'll work, and sometimes it'll be completely destroyed. I have no idea what triggers that weird cakey effect. But I'm not bitter. It just took me a long time to completely repaint the figure from scratch, and then figure out how to make the head on top of that. So let's talk base figures. Just like the last figure, it is a Mega Construx, but since this is a guy, a non-binary character who presents male, we have Captain Kirk from the Star Trek line. Oh, and just as an added bonus, I decided to do a quick little custom here. So this is Captain Kirk as he was played by William Shatner in the original 60s cartoon, 60s show. However, I decided to make him into a Chris Pine custom for the new Captain Kirk. Bink! Yeah, it's a funny joke because Chris Pine also played Buzz Lightyear. And yeah, that is the head of the Buzz figure that was left over when I made my SWATbot custom. And I carved this away from the ball joint in the head, which left me with a pile of Buzz Lightyear head parts. And yes, I did glue it back together into a Buzz Lightyear mask that would fit over the Mega Construx head specifically for this joke. Okay, so on to actually customizing. The body is slightly modified, of course. I cut the feet off, I sculpted on the little wrist cuffs, and the torso has that little jacket thing sculpted on. I think it's like a jacket vest thing. And this character has like kind of a unique thing with his colorization, like he has half of like a regular human-like skin tone, but then he also has like a brown furry spots, and like the pattern is kind of irregular. Sort of like, you know when a dog has like they have like they have one of their eyes like has a big black spot around it? That's kind of how I interpret this. If you looked, you saw that it was around his eye too. But yeah, that's what we're doing. The feet are 3D prints of Amy Rose's shoes, modified in Tinkercad to have a different cup on top and also to be shorter. And the legs are painted with that little flame job. A couple of little craft foam strips make that double belt thing that he has going on. And the hands are, they're 3D printed hands. I forget which hands these characters come from. I think they're supposed to like be generic Sonic hands. And, yeah, that's the body all reassembled. Now, I actually had this thing finished like 3 weeks ago, and I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the head. Like, what do I do? Like, how do I do this? Do I take a Sonic figure head and modify it? Do I just kind of sculpt around the Shatner head? In the end, I realized that what I did for Zahir the Zeddy, I could do a similar thing for Carly's character here with Peter. So I went to Tinkercad and I made something like a little human cat head face. So like he has a big old smile, a couple of eyes, and his nose is kind of human looking, but a little bit up nose and snubby. So it's like a little upturned cone right at the top of the thing. And he has little cat ears. And yeah, this provided the basic skeleton so I could sculpt everything else, like the relief part of his eyes, all of his hair, adding some more dimension to his ears. Because Tinkercad's not quite as versatile as some other 3D modeling programs, and all these curved bits just would have been a complete pain to do in Tinkercad. I'm sure some 3D modeling genius would be able to do it, but that person's not me. Yeah, like the thing I did to make Metal Sonic's head, that's kind of my limit. Or Uncle Chuck, because he had the eyebrows and the mustache. So with a quick paint job, I didn't really know if the left half of his face was supposed to have more of the brown on it, like his body. So just to be safe, all I did was paint his eyelid, because that's the only thing I could clearly see in the picture. So if Peter's supposed to have more brown on his face, then Carly can correct me and I can make that adjustment before I ship the thing out. But that is Carly's head. So all it was left to do was to carve away Shatner's face so I could stick it up a hole that I prepared in the bottom of this head. And, you know, there we go. We have us our little cat boy. And you can't see it, but I'm spelling Catboy B-O-I. Although I'm not sure if this is actually a cat because his tail is really short. Although I guess there are cats that have short tails. That could still work. But yes, we have our slightly effeminate bisexual cat boy. I really should have finished this one in June because, you know, that was Pride Month and this would have been the perfect time to make a non-binary bisexual character. Oh well. Well, you know, I'm going full Netflix and letting everybody know that this character is non-binary and bisexual. So there we go. And here he is with his companion. What was the dog's name? Chrissy? I forgot the dog's name. But you know, they're together. We got grumpy little doggo and sassy little cat boy. I kind of feel like we could make the Barbie meme where like one person getting the mugshot looks all happy and bubbly and the other one looks all or scared or whatever. I feel like that can be done. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.